Hey guys, what's up? This is Southpaw from Neckbeard and Southpaw, and you're watching part 2 of Medieval. The last time we tackled a few levels, we ended with the Hilltop Mausoleum, which we got the chalice for. In this episode, I want to backtrack and get a couple other items. First, we're going to go to Dan's Crypt and get a little hidden something. Remember when I said that we needed the club for something? I'm going to show you what we need. You may want to get this. It's pretty vital. Then again, just like anything else. Alright, here we are. We're already in Dan's Crypt. Alright, we'll just equip the club. And go to this little secret spot. You can see that this part of the wall is discolored. Well, different color than the others. Just mash it. You'll find 2 treasure chests and a life bottle. Didn't know that was there, did you? Well, now you do. And while we're here, we can get a couple things like a new copper shield, because I can see that the one I have is wearing thin a little bit. I think we'll get the shield in the next actual level we do. I think that would be a Return to the Graveyard. Yes. But we'll get to that here eventually. I just wanted to grab something here, and we're also going to go over to the, what is it? Cemetery Hill, I believe. Yes. We'll be going there to get the chalice from there. Like I said, I want to attempt to get all the chalices. We cannot leave any stone unturned. Yeah, Cemetery Hill, that's it. Yes, replay. Yeah, I decided that I'm, to, cut time, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see the same thing over and over. If we've already revisited a place, I'm just gonna cut out the load times. I'll probably cut out all the load times. Yeah, we already saw this. We can just skip it. If you want to actually see it, you can see part 1 for that. It's not really that important. It's just you'll never beat me. It's whatever. That wasn't funny. Who cares? Well, first, since we actually have the club, we can actually go where the boulders are, which we'll have to go. And I think there's another club in there as well. That way you don't have to worry if yours is gonna run out. Oh, also see this guy? He's a merchant. This one doesn't talk, but he will sell you stuff like ammo, and later when you get the gold shield, he'll repair it for you as well. As well as power up your broadsword, but that's not until later. So let's go ahead and get the club equipped, bash through here. Oh, I should also note, see these headless people? They're not much of a threat, but if they hit you, they will do a moderate amount of damage. I think around 40, 50 damage. So yeah, what I would recommend is getting a club like this, waiting until they get right in point-blank range, and smashing them with it. If you don't, you may get hit. I mean, you can swing the sword. The sword will work as well, because it will, knock them back a little bit, and it will do damage. I think it takes about 4 swipes with that, I believe. With the club, if you hit them dead on, it will kill them in 1 hit, but you gotta aim it perfectly. Catch my drift?
Fresh air. We hate these dark old caves and their filthy stench of old witches. A coven of the warty old hags lived here once, unholy fires burning all night while they brewed up unspeakable muck in their cauldrons. They moved on years back, but the smell still makes our eyes sting.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and talk to these guys, because usually they give you some information. Sometimes they just talk about shit. Well, then again, they always talk about shit. It's just what they depend on. Some are helpful, some are just rattling on. It all depends. It never hurts to look, just like with the books. If you want to, they're right there if you want them. But if you don't bother. Also, yeah, as you saw, we can't really do anything in that room, so we gotta break this bookcase. And here, we have to light the club. If you hold down the strong attack button, which is square by the way, it'll do a secondary attack, which in this case, lights up the club. Basically sticks it out. You can also light enemies on fire as well. But usually that's kind of sketchy, so I usually just use the club for its main attack. As you can see, the chalice is in here and so is the vial. Also, there's another item we're going to need later down. So let's go ahead and get rid of the rest of these assholes once we get that done. And that's it. Get the energy vial because we did lose some health. Get the chalice so we can go to the Hall of Heroes. A treasure chest so we can get about 100 gold, I think it is. And the Witch Talisman right here. We're going to need this for a couple of side quests. Yes, this game has side quests. No, they're not bad. Trust me, you'll need... Actually, I think one of them is mandatory, I believe, because it's part of the level, but that's another one. There's another one in the Enchanted Forest, but you don't have to do that. I would strongly recommend it, however, because well, yeah, I would recommend it because it does have a reward at the end. And I believe there's a chalice in that area as well. Well, since we're already done here, we can go ahead and climb up here without getting hit, at least trying to, and go ahead and finish the level. That way we can actually move on with the plot. Yeah, no one cares. Just blow up already. Boosh. Alright, let's go ahead and fill up our life since we're already here. Get the gold, because you can actually use gold. That's the one thing that I did like about the first game, this one right here, that I did not like about the second game. Gold was very plentiful in this game, but in the second one, it's very scarce, so it's hard to get items and whatnot.
It's the Hall of Heroes shopping mall. Bargain hunters should check out the ground floor. Well-to-do shoppers should check out the upper floor. That's where it's at.
I don't know why, I just always like the humor of this game. That's probably why I'm not a big fan of the Resurrection or anything he's doing with them recently. They made the humor the focus instead of it being the adventure. The atmosphere.
Ah, Fortescue! What's this I hear about that arch-cav Zarod still being alive? Thought you killed the fella. Never mind, you old warhorse. Better show him what's what, eh? I expect Johnny's zombie's a bit more of a handful than you remember. How are you doing for weapons? Here, take my warhammer. It'll smash anything and it won't fall apart like a club. I only ever get to use it cracking walnuts around this place. Nonsense, Fortescue. I won't take no for an answer. Knock a few heads for old Stan your iron hewer, eh?
Finally we get the hammer. This is probably one of my favorite weapons in the game. Well, physical weapons. Yeah, that's what I'm calling them, physical weapons. Also, when I hold it, it kind of looks like the hammer part, the actual hammer part, is being held up by a stick, but PlayStation graphics, that's the best they could do. Still looks kinda nice, though. Back in the world map, and I believe, yes, we can save. I'm trying to hold back on how much I saved, because I noticed in the last video I saved every single chance I could after beating everything, even going back at something. I decided not to. So let's go ahead and return to the graveyard. No, that's the actual name of the level. Return to the graveyard. See? I wasn't lying. So if you'll notice, for any gigantic fan of this game, it looks like the Return of the Graveyard is basically the graveyard level backwards. Yeah. Now that's some insight, don't you think? Also, yeah, like I noticed, basically the same thing with the club. If you use the hammer and you hit them at point-blank range, right on them, they will die in one shot. But usually I want to save the hammer for that kind of thing. Also, if you charge it using the square button, if you charge it long enough, it will, when you hit it on the ground, it will emit a radius, like a blast radius, that will do damage. Not as much as hitting them dead on, but it does help for, like, these instances. Also, it looks like they're flying around. I don't know why, I just think that's funny. It's also useful. You'll see me using that later on. A lot later on. Yeah, I probably should have used the sword with these guys. I think I switched back. Oh, energy vial. We're gonna need that. The energy vial gives a lot of health. I think they kind of toned that down in the second game. Also, yeah, like I noticed, we have a silver shield now. But we don't need any ammo. I haven't even used the crossbow since the glass demon boss battle. But yeah, the more you go through this level, the more you realize it is the graveyard in reverse. I don't know why, that just interests me. But remember this door— oh, damn it, come on, back out. Yeah, I honestly have no interest in the books. I mean, if they give you a little more insight on the place, but you don't really need them. But yeah, the door right here, we need the skull key. Also, you'll notice there are new enemies. wolves. Like anything else, if you hit them dead on with the hammer or the club, I guess, you will kill them in one shot. Also, I will note that the silver shield is probably the best thing you can have until the gold shield. Then again, that's naturally for any weapon or anything in the game. It'll be the best one until you get the next best one. So yeah. I will also note that the silver shield has 250 hit points, and the copper shield only has 120, I believe. The golden shield has 500, and you can recharge that, so you don't lose it once you run out of hit points, which I think is useful. You get it in the Hall of Heroes later on. It's probably one of the best items you can get from there, apart from the hammer, and I think I'm going with the broadsword. The broadsword? I'm not quite sure. Anyways, as you see, we have the chalice. Now you can go two directions, left or right. Let's go and go left. Also, yeah, they'll come out of nowhere. So what you should do is proceed with caution. But yeah, get the sword, because like I said earlier, you can knock them back. Go caution. Just proceed with caution. Sorry, word fuck right there. And don't do that. Just don't do that. Like I mentioned earlier, if you fall, you will not lose not 10, but not 50, but the entire life. Doesn't matter where you're at. But yeah, we shouldn't go back there because we don't have the chalice yet. So we'll go back down, and we'll try the right path. Thankfully, enemies don't respawn in this area. Basically same strategy for the left side, do it the right side, whack away, try not lose as much health. But as you saw earlier, there is a fountain, so you can restore your health. But at least we have enough for the chalice, so let's go and grab that, and proceed to exit the level. Or will we? I don't know. There are more enemies, just deal with them because they're already in your way. You don't have to. How much do gold bags give you? 10. Another energy vial. Yeah, and be careful with your jumps, because you can fall off in the mud and die. And we'll equip the crossbow because we have a boss fight. Alright, this is the second boss fight of the game. There's really no strategy I can give other than run around. And also, as you notice, before they attack, yeah, I need the copper shield. Before they attack, they'll do like a little stream of glitter or gold, whatever you want to say, a trail, basically. When that happens, circle around. That way you're pointing towards them, and then shoot at them. Try and do as much as you can. You'll maybe land 5 or 6 solid hits, but that should be enough to do something effectively. It can be tricky. I'm not quite sure if when you get to a certain point of health, if one just dies off or not, or if they both survive. No, I think they both survive until you just drain it to 0. So basically that's the only strategy, is circle around like an oval movement and hit them with a crossbow. I wouldn't recommend the throwing knives or the daggers, whatever you want to call them. They're a bit too slow. Kind of makes me wish we had the bow upgrades. Oh, did I mention there are bow upgrades? Did I also mention that we only have 2 hits left, or 1 hit left, I guess. And never mind, we got it. We also get an ability, the Daring Dash, which lets us dash, pretty much. Word fucks again.
All has changed outside the necropolis. Paths go this way, paths go that way. Nasty, painful death waits round every turn and over every hill. Bon voyage.
The hard part of the game. Well, the harder part of the game. Doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and go into the Hall of Heroes for another bonus. Oh, I also noticed when recording this, basically what I'm doing is, initially for the first video, I tried to use my PlayStation, the older gray model. Didn't work, so I have to use the PS2, which is better, but the sound effects are a bit different.
Bravo, Fortescue! Some of the other chaps wagered Zarok would be using your ribcage as a toast rack by now. But I knew you'd pull through. Here, I have a little extra something here I can give you. Could help the old quest. You want it?
Yay, more gold. See what I meant by this game is plentiful with the gold? Yeah. You can get life bottles and gold. I think you get both at once from one of the heroes. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I initially tried to record this on the PlayStation, but for some reason the audio would crack. Really, really badly. I don't think it's the PlayStation, it may be the cords I'm using for it. So I switched to PS2. I would have done PS3, but a PlayStation game does not look good on a high-def TV. It just doesn't. So PS2 it is. Well anyways, let's go ahead and save, and I believe this episode is called to a close. I will see you guys for part 3 of Medieval. Have a good night, and take care.